Hello, stranger. Nice to see you again. If you've seen my first edition of the Glosses series, then you've probably seen one of Romand's lippies that I have for you today. Romand is one of the hottest brands right now in Korea, founded by the Korean beauty influencer Geiko. And part of their newest releases for 2020 is the Glasting Water Tint, which aims to give you that glazed lips without the heavy, sticky feel glosses usually have, which is perfect for the summertime. The Glasting Water Tint currently has 8 shades out, and for this first part, I have 4 of those shades. Number 1 in Coral Mist, number 4 in Vintage Ocean, which I featured at my first All About Glosses series, number 7 in Pink Valley, and number 8 in Rose Stream. These 4-gram balls is marketed at around 600 pesos at Yesstyle. Each tint comes in a hard plastic tube, colored fit to its shade, with a transparent plastic cap holding the doe foot applicator shaped like a straight hard wand. I'm just gonna say it right now, I'm not really a fan of the doe foot applicator. I think it doesn't really have that much control over the formulation. Throughout the video, I had a hard time making sure that the formulation wasn't going to go all over the place as I was putting them on. Now, the Glasting Water Tints, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, is more of an actual lip tint but mimic the shiny glazed finish of glosses on the lips. The formulation of this is like a mix of gel and water tint, runny but thick enough to stay in place and cover the whole surface of your lips, which I find most water tint formulations to have a difficulty with. Now, what sets this apart from the Romand's Juicy Lasting Tint is that this line is formulated with a separate color pigment. That's why you can see the gloss formulation itself, which is very spreadable, while the pigment itself dries down quickly on the skin. Since they're not really glosses, the shine doesn't stay that long, but the color does stay for a long time and leaves a very stubborn tint on the lips after wearing off, which I'm not really a big fan of. Regardless if it's the shine you're after, reapplication is something you'll have to look forward into doing. I tried to pick out shades as far apart from each other just to get an overview of the variety of this line. I got shades that fall under my go-to shades like the Vintage Ocean and Rose Stream, and then Coral Mist and Pink Valley are shades that I usually wouldn't grab for, but for now I did just to see if the formulation can make those shades be more forgiving on pale skin tones like mine, and let's see if I probably have a change of heart. So Coral Mist is an orange-pink shade, almost like a salmon color, but very vibrant when swatched. This shade looks pretty close with Pink Valley when swatched on the arm, but upon application on the lips, the orange in it becomes more apparent. Surprisingly, I actually find this shade to be very refreshing. It really has a way of brightening pale skin tones and still fit for an everyday wear. Applying this on the lips, there's a very apparent sweet taste and smell which kind of reminds me of the Peri Peri Ink Velvet tints. The formulation has a slippery feel on the initial application, quite similar to how oil tints would feel before it completely dries off. Next up is Vintage Ocean. Now, Vintage Ocean is one of the best-selling shades for this line and is even tagged as best in Romand's site. Swatching on my arm, this is a deep brown red color, which is a type of color quite popular in Korean makeup lines and something that I would often grab for when I'm actually looking for a bolder lip color. Honestly, I'm so obsessed with colors like this. I think the burnt style in the shade in general just adds so much character to your look and gives a distinct warmth on your face, which I don't think other shades can really do for me. I can really see why this shade in particular is such a bestseller. If I'd repurchase, I'd definitely add this on my cart. Pink Valley is a very blue toned pink, which at first I thought would be too sheer to even translate well on the lips because the shade is pretty light. But to my surprise, its coverage is just as good and buildable as the other shades. Also, I'm glad that they're not as neon as I thought they'd be on the lips. I think I had such low expectations for this shade that now I just feel so relieved that I didn't make the wrong decision. Since I've swatched 3 other shades already, which left some very stubborn stain on my dry patches, Pink Valley doesn't look as blue toned as it should be on camera. So just take note that these lippies really do stain and could alter the color payoff if you're switching shades throughout the day. Rose Stream is a rosy berry color, a good blend of pink and the depth of berry wine-like color. If you put just a little bit on the lips and spread it out quickly, it can actually be a good MLBB color and gives a good flush on your lips while staying close to your natural lip color. But if you put a lot, the shade becomes more vibrant and deeper, perfect for night events, adding that romantic feel on your look. So those are the shades for this first part. I think I got a really good set to start with. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the color payoff. I'm not really head over heels though for the Glasting Water Tint just yet, but I don't dislike it. I was just wishing that the gloss can really hold out and that the staining wouldn't be as stubborn even when you're trying to wash it off. I know 3CE and Merzi have released lines quite similar to this formulation, so I'm actually interested on trying those first and see how Glasting Water Tint would compare. I actually ordered some stuff already, which I'm just waiting to arrive, so stay tuned for that. So that's it for now. Hope this review helped you. Until next time, goodbye stranger.